All good communities start small.
So every day, thousands of people discover the Skool platform and how they can make money online.
Here in my garage, just bought this new Lamborghini here.
Maybe they came from a different platform like WAP or Circle, Go High Level, whatever it may be. They have fallen onto Skool. And maybe they've seen a YouTube video from their local guru. Maybe they've seen this jacked homeless looking dude who is actually extremely filthy rich. Tell them that they can make money with their hobby. Or maybe they see that homeless dude or homeless looking dude's rich wife talk about leadership and soon find out that you may actually be the worst leader mankind has ever seen. Nonetheless, you are bombarded with content every day with either the solution to being poor, aka starting a Skool community, or the solution to not having your active Skool community suck complete giant balls, aka what 9% of the Skool community creators face right now. And by the way, if you're one of these people in these two categories, I don't even blame you. When you are all bombarded with content on how to actually make it in today's day and age, obviously you need to be looks maxing and mogging your way to the top. If only you just took a hammer and gently tapped your face for 2 hours a day, maybe you would be able to mog on the creator community like Clav does in his live streams. Jokes aside, we are now entering a new era where SMMA agencies and all agencies really around the world are just actually dying. And that's not even for clickbait, but it's because people are actually realizing that there are just better opportunities out there. Running a Skool community is actually much better than having an SMMA or an agency, and anyone who is telling you otherwise is literally lying to you. So for new creators who haven't started yet, you've watched every free video, you've taken notes, you literally have a Google document titled Skool Ideas that hasn't even opened since last year or 1 year ago. Or maybe you're an existing creator, you've launched a community, you got members, and then you kind of just hoped it would keep going well, but then all of a sudden, churn hit. The feed went quiet, and now you're personally answering DMs at 11 p.m. wondering why it doesn't even feel like freedom yet. The life you thought would create freedom actually created a mid-paying job, and you're now stuck working that 9 to 5 that you always wanted to leave, while your small community is making you little to no money, but requires so much time and effort. And again, you are up at 11 p.m. or 3 in the morning, whatever it may be, answering DMs from the 4 community members who are actually engaged in your community, paying you $40 a month or $67 a month. This is a totally fair situation to be in if you're stuck listening to the same people over and over on YouTube and TikTok. But the reality is, if you don't follow what is actually working, you will just continue to never get started or continue to fall short of growing a successful Skool community. And the thing is, growing a Skool community is actually pretty straightforward, but the problem is a lot of people just don't understand how to go about it because they don't understand marketing and sales. Now, this video isn't going to teach you a whole lot, but it's more of an introduction to who I am, what I've done, and why you should be taking what I say a little bit seriously. Yeah. You see, I started a paid ads agency back in 2019. It was called Pinnacle Media. I still have Pinnacle Media, and I still run Google ads for all of my clients and some clients we run meta ads for. Now, this company was doing very well until I started to notice that every single person and their dog was running Facebook and Google ads for local businesses and for e-commerce brands. So this led me to actually transitioning my agency to a software first agency, and that was the best decision that I ever did. Now that that agency basically runs itself and we have a team managing it, I had started a new agency helping Skool creators actually grow their Skool communities. These are creators that don't even have communities. They have no idea of how to even monetize their audience, and they're struggling to monetize their audience other than making some YouTube revenue. Now, the first client that we landed, we helped scale to $67,000 in cash collected in their first week. That community now goes on to do $34K a month in MRR. Another community that we had built back in last year of 2024, we had actually scaled to $30,000 in MRR in the first 2 months as well too. And we had just recently launched our third community with a smaller creator we brought to $7,500 per month in MRR in their first week. And to date, we've been a part of 2 Skool communities who have won Skool games, these being one of the trophies that we've won. Now listen, I'm not sharing this information to mog you or, flex on you by any means, but I'm sharing this information just to give you an introduction of who I am and what we've been able to do for our creators and why we have seen so much in the Skool community industry of what actually works and what doesn't. And the big reason why I actually decided to make this video is because after coming back from our recent Skool games win in Q4 of 2025, we had met with that homeless looking dude. I think his name is Alex Hermosi or something. Basically, we came back and we realized as a team How many people who run school communities don't actually know how to run ads for their communities? They don't know how to actually manage the back end of their community, and how much money they're leaving on the table because they just lack marketing and sales fundamentals. And that's kind of the point, right? Like a lot of the community owners that you probably are a part of their communities, or maybe you are a creator yourself, you are probably very good at what it is that you teach in terms of the value. Maybe you run a knitting community, maybe you are a Pilates community, athletics community, it doesn't matter. But if you run a community, you are probably pretty good at what it is that you are teaching. But the problem is no one taught you how to be an expert in sales and marketing. And here's the thing, this doesn't just apply to your everyday creator. The top 1% of creators who were at the Skool games still didn't know how to run ads. I mean, Alex asked, who here is running ads to their Skool community? And almost 90% of people put their hands up. But then when people started asking questions about ads, it became clear to me, someone who has spent over $25 million running ads, that nobody knew what they were talking about. I mean, people were asking if they should be launching CBO campaigns or ABO campaigns, what kind of creatives they should be launching, how many creatives they should be launching. And these are all good questions, but they're good questions for people who are beginners. And then when it came to their organic marketing strategies, people were all over the place. People were focusing on multiple different platforms instead of focusing on the one or two that actually drives results. And as I was sitting there, it was very easy for me to basically see the solutions to a lot of these people's problems. And as Alex and Sam were on stage answering a lot of these questions, thinking literally the exact same thing that I was thinking, it really hit me that a lot of people are actually succeeding pretty well in Skool without actually knowing what the hell they're doing, which is actually pretty comforting. Because if you are sitting here watching this video right now, wondering what community you're going to start, or wondering how you're going to make the next 100 people join your Skool community, or whatever it may be, whatever your goals are currently right now, this should be comforting to you, knowing that even the top 1% of people on Skool don't know what the hell they're doing. And so I felt inspired to make this video to basically introduce myself, introduce my background, and be able to share with you guys that on this channel, we are going to be diving deep into all of the strategies and approaches that my team personally is using to grow all the Skool communities that we are a part of. I want to help Skool owners run better ads to their Skool communities. I want to help them build better VSLs, better webinars, and I want to help them build better consumable content to actually retain all the members that they bring into a community. These are all things that all these community owners struggle with, and it's the reason why so many communities see such a big spike of people joining their community, and then eventually they see basically a massive decline in their community members actually joining because their churn is just too high. So if any of this felt uncomfortably accurate, good. That means you're paying attention, especially if you are this far into this video. But to give you an idea of what I'm planning to do, I'm going to be documenting all the things that me and my team are basically doing for our creators, and basically doing for ourselves as well too, as we launch our own communities. I'm going to share it all with you, and I'm going to be able to give you a deep dive into what is actually working so that you don't need to go buy crazy priced courses, that cost you tens of thousands of dollars before you even start a community. I'm just going to give it to you all for free here on the channel. And again, this is coming from somebody who has actually won Skool games twice. We've been a part of multiple communities who have scaled over 10K in MRR, and we actually launch and grow and manage all of these Skool communities. So you're going to hear from the source, people who get to meet with Alex and with Sam, and people who connect with tons of the top 1% of Skool owners on a day-to-day basis. So if that's something that you want to be a part of and you're trying to grow your Skool community, whether you don't have one yet and you want to get started, or you have one and it's struggling to grow, or you have one that's doing okay, but you want to just dial in the ads or the organic, go ahead, subscribe to the channel if you want, and I'm looking forward to making more content for you. There's no links in the description of this video, as I have nothing to sell you from this video, so I look forward to you actually subscribing to the channel and being able to gain all of the value that I'm looking to share with you guys daily. I'll see you guys in the next one.